Okay, loves, are you ready for this? It's big time. We've been waiting for this moment all year. Okay, only 2 months, but actually 15 years. When I dive in, you'll understand. Okay, this is your March soul message, and for 2023, and it's called Divine Order. And when I was writing the blog for my fellow bridesmaids fans, you'll understand. It is a get your shit together, Carol, kind of a month. I was cracking up to myself as that came forward. I put a little a GIF in the blog section on my website, so you can go take a look at that. It's during the tennis match. Okay. Here's my cat to disrupt things, because that's just what we're gonna do. As I'm talking about divine order. So we have two major astrological transits, sign changes happening this month. And this is what's ushering in this brand new space, brand new energy. If you see my cat's tail in the camera. Oh, hi, Bill. Mwah. Okay, so we've got Saturn and we've got Pluto changing signs. Okay, so let me back it up and help you understand why this is such a big deal, okay? Saturn has been in Saturn-ruled signs, so two different signs, Capricorn and Aquarius, since 2017. So I don't know about you, but I had a major life change in 2017 where I quit my corporate job and went out to do my healing work and start my business and do everything, right? The major change right before that was 2008, which is the other date that I'm going to talk about, which is Pluto. So Saturn has been in Capricorn and Aquarius since 2017, Saturn ruled signs. And, you know, if you know anything about Saturn, he is the taskmaster, the teacher, the one that will not let you get out of your work. And in Capricorn and Aquarius, and because Saturn is like that, there's a seriousness to it, right? And Capricorn is like the goat that is, you know, grunting up the hill, great for stamina and stick-to-itness, you know, or whatever I'm trying to say. It's the entrepreneur. It's all of that stuff. It's the work. It's the get the shit done. It's not a whole lot of fun, though. And so we are moving now, as of March 7, Saturn's moving into Pisces. And Pisces is the dreamer, right? The expansive water sign, the emotional sign. And so we have this moment of being able to go, hey, you know, we can actually maybe whistle while we work and have a little bit of fun while we're doing this. And, you know, so it almost feels to me like Saturn is coming in and saying, okay, that's great, but are you having any fun with what you're doing? And I would say, no, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun. For me personally, since 2017, it's been a whole shit ton of work. And, you know, as any entrepreneur will tell you, it is a lot of work, as my cousin calls sweat equity, because you're not making a lot of money up front at first. But anyways, and all of this energy is helping me just go, oh my God, I want to help entrepreneurs immediately, if not sooner. One of the first classes that I'm going to create, as soon as I'm done with this teacher training I've been doing, is an entrepreneurial class for mostly empath entrepreneurs, healer entrepreneurs. I mean, anyone could benefit from it, but I'm going to go through all the emotionality of the things that comes up. There'll be a logistical stuff too, but all of the emotions that come up when you are an entrepreneur, because there is so much that nobody tells you and so much that nobody talks about, and then you end up having to do it all by yourself and learn from the bottom up, which I've already done, and I'd love to turn around and help others with it. So stay tuned for that. But that's the kind of Saturn, Capricorn, Aquarius energy. So Pisces, let me just double check. Yeah, March 2023, and then Saturn will be in Pisces until August of 2025. So a little more than a 2-year cycle with that. Then we've got Pluto, okay? Pluto is the planet of transformation, life, death, rebirth. It stays in a cycle anywhere from 12 to, I think it was, I just looked it up and I put it in the blog. I think it's 12 to, I want to say 31 years, but that feels too long now. I want to say 21. Anyways, it's in the blog if you even care. But it's so long that it, astrology doesn't dictate what happens, but it's like a mirror and a reflection of it. So I like to look at it, especially when I'm tuning into the energy, and then kind of go, okay, does it match? But Pluto was in Capricorn, went into Capricorn in 2008. So that's the other year that my life completely turned on its head, and, the whole thing. If you know, you know. So yeah, big time, big time. It dictates whole generations. So that's what I was saying with a longer cycle. It dictates whole generations. And so it is going to be in Aquarius now from March 2023 to, let's see, it dips back into Capricorn for, it goes in March to June, and then it tips back out from June to January 2024, and then it will be in Aquarius until March 2043. So it's a big cycle. It's a big, big cycle. So one of the things that I saw, the image for this month, when I tuned into the energy of March, was the Fibonacci spiral. It's the sequence that makes that spiral that goes around and around and around. And so really interesting energy. I've never seen spirit work like this. I've never, in all the sessions, in all the intuitive readings that I've done, in all the spirit readings that I've done, I've never seen spirit communicate quite like this. There's always a sense of there's space enough, there's time enough, we love you no matter what, unconditional love, all of that. Like, you can't get it wrong, all of that. But almost with like a, I don't know what, is it Piscean? I don't even know. But it's almost with this like childlike kind of wit and humor that they're saying, this is why I said, get your shit together, Carol. It's like a shit or get off the pot. It's like it's like they've gotten to a point where they're done hearing us bitch and complain about all the things that we don't have, all the things that we haven't accomplished, all of it. And so what I'm seeing, and why, I saw this spiral and the divine order, and it's like there's this way that we're all being reorganized. But it's interesting because there's this caveat. It's like a but and also. So we're being reorganized into divine order, but only if you're willing, only if you're committed. And I've never seen spirit talk like this before. I've never seen this kind of energy. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? And so it's a little bit of like, parents saying, get your homework done. Like, it's, forget about it. We're not helping you out anymore. We're not giving you a hall pass if you're not going to show up and commit and do the work. And I was just telling a client yesterday because, one of the things that I've seen in my work that seems to be the predominant energy that runs through all of my sessions is the speed at which change happens is directly related to how willing you are to allow the change to happen. And most of the people that come to me are pretty willing, but this one client she's just such a beautiful example of willingness, even though there's trepidation, and she might even say to herself like, oh, I don't know if I'm willing. But she is, because I can see how quickly things change and manifest and shift for her. And it's kind of like that. It's like spirit is saying, we're done listening to you bitch and complain. And so it's kind of like, if you are committed to your own growth and your own change, then we will get exponential support. It's almost like it's going to go, if we're committed and we're doing the work and we are showing up, then It's almost like the manifestation and the support around what it is that we want to create is going to expand exponentially. But, and also, if we're not committed, if we're not showing up and doing the work, we're going to be left alone. And almost to the point that it's like it's being done on purpose, where Spirit's going to kind of leave us in the gutter a little bit. Like, hey, you're going to finally experience what it feels like to actually be left on your own. So it feels like this is going to affect people more that maybe kind of don't really believe that Spirit has their back. And so there's going to be this experience of, oh, now you're going to see what it actually looks like when Spirit doesn't have your back. And, you know, there's always room for adjustment. There's always room for, you know, changing your mind. It's not like if you're not committed now, you'll be left behind. Spirit doesn't do that. But it is a little bit of a wake-up call. Like, hey, you're going to actually deal with frustration, irritation, depression, anxiety, and just generally feeling like shit's not working out for you, because Spirit's not going to help you with that particular flavor of how you're running your energy already. So it's a really interesting twist. I'm excited to see how it goes. Let's see. So a couple of the suggestions that I made for this month, and these are all written in the blog too, if you want to come back and read those more thoroughly or look at it in a different way. The first one is clean your damn space. So we have the full moon. We have the full moon in Virgo on March 7. That's all about cleaning house. And the new moon in Aries, March 21st, which is the technical astrological new year. So it's a whole new cycle. It's like you can't be taking your old shit with you. So it's all of that kind of energy, right? So this month is clean your damn space. That means spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever. Okay, Billy's saying, yeah, you make sure you do it. And just clean it up, whatever it is, you know, whatever you've been doing that isn't working out. Make a commitment to change. And then the third one is stick to it, because Spirit doesn't really give a shit if you're going to commit for, you know, the 2 minutes of New Year's resolution and then forget it, right? It's like, that's not what we're doing. You gotta stick to it. So let's see. Oils, cards, and then offerings. If you already don't know, if you've been asleep at the wheel or brand new to my work, and you don't know that there are moon ceremonies every month for the full and new moon, those live in my shop on the website, and I pre-record them about 2 days before the cycle, and then they get dropped in the shop. And if you're not on my newsletter, get on there, because I always send out notifications that they've been dropped in the shop. If you want a little something extra, you can join my Wild Sisterhood membership, which is a women's community. It includes both new and full moon, plus live women's circle and intuitive collage. So it's exactly for this kind of energy right here. It's almost as if Spirit had me start it in January so that it would be ready and already moving on the train for this energy right here, because you could not be at a better place right now to go, okay, you know, it's kind of like signing up with a, you know, physical trainer or, fitness trainer or something like that, you know. My husband keeps calling me, dear God. So it's kind of like that. Like, you know, when you're signing up for a new program, like you want to work out and you want to get fit, but you wouldn't do it on your own, but you would do it if you had a personal trainer. It's that kind of a thing. But it isn't hard. It's not like, you know, it's not like that. It's more about, and really what I've seen about it is it's more about beating the drum of regularity and consistency and creating that rhythm that women need so desperately. to be in connection with their creativity, with the moon cycles, with Mother Earth. It's all of that. And there's an online community too that's private, not on Facebook. It's a private app, and that way you can get to know everybody in the circle as well. Okay, what do we got here for the month? I've actually never seen this card before, but it is one of the 22 materials. Sulfur XX, let's find it here. All right, sulfur. Evaporation, up and out, both and. You can't make this shit up. Okay, here's the card. Here's the card. On an esoteric level, sulfur is the first of what is known in alchemy as tria prima, or the three primes. Along with salt and mercury, it makes up a threefold phenomenon that symbolizes the uniting of soul, sulfur, body, salt, and mind, mercury. On a tactile level, sulfur is responsible for both the off-putting smells and the therapeutic properties of a mineral bath. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking. This is crazy. I can't even believe this. Because it's both things. The off-putting smells are the yucky things that you have been ignoring or phoning in, the ways that you aren't showing up for yourself or others, and the therapeutic properties of the mineral bath, which are the positive benefits that you get from walking the middle path of doing the right thing for yourself or others. It soothes and it stinks, literally. To understand sulfur is to embrace a both and mentality. Don't be discouraged if the meaning of this card seems to evaporate before your eyes. For now, keep in mind that what is gross contains beauty, and what is beautiful contains its own demise. Sulfur's job is to push the geyser up and out, dissipating the pressure. Don't be surprised if what appears to suck or stink soon becomes a great gift. I mean, I can't even with this. This is exactly the energy that I was shown. It's like, showing up and exercising every day, or committing to, a personal trainer or whatever. Like, I've been doing yin yoga and meditation every day. I have to do some kind of physical exercise, even if it's, I'm saying yin yoga every day, not every day. It's like, I have to do something. So it's either yin yoga, a walk, a Peloton, whatever. It's something. I've got to move my body. And, there's that feeling of like, well, it sucks right now. I don't want to do it right now, but it doesn't suck later when I get the benefits from doing it. And that's exactly what this card is saying. To go deeper, visit or look up the Sulfur Cauldron in Yellowstone National Park to ponder the red lion. Envision what is geyser-like in your life right now, what needs to move up and out to be freed so it can evaporate. If the sulfur card appears with any others from the Tria Prima, it's a sure sign that the link between them is underway. Okay, I mean, you can't even make this shit up, okay? So now I'm going to talk about the oil, which is going to bring that home all even more. So I'm out of it, so I can't show you the bottle. I have to order it. But it is Cistus, Cistus, also known as rock rose. And in the Oils of Scripture collection, the biblical oils, it is called Rose of Sharon. This is the first oil that I ever worked with. So to me, it feels personal on some level. This is the very first oil that I ever worked with, and it is for boundaries. It is for boundaries in every way. Physical boundaries, mental boundaries, emotional boundaries. If you struggle with ADHD, as I do, if you struggle with emotional boundary setting and like where do you end and someone else begins, if you struggle with codependency, if you struggle with stuckness, all of that stuff. First of all, book an appointment with me, but also order Cistus. So if you don't have, it's a little more of an expensive bottle. I think it's about $70 something for a 5 ml bottle. And that's with a Young Living account, which you don't, that's free. All you have to do is sign up. And there's a link in my bio or in my on my website on the aromatherapy page. So that's easy. If you don't want to purchase just the individual oil, first of all, it's like an amazing experience, so I don't know why, but I'll tell you a couple other places where you can get it. If you have a Young Living account, they have started putting out every season this simplified line that has 3 pre-blended oils that go along with the season. So there was a fall one, a winter one, and they just released the spring one. And I noticed for the first time ever that Cistus is in one of their blends, and it's in the Fresh Linen blend of the spring simplified collection. So that's one place. The other place, which as luck would have it, I was already going to talk about, it's in my Saturn planetary blend. Okay, so Saturn and Pluto for sure, because we've got these 2 signs moving in major ways this month. So both of those would be awesome. If you already feel like life, death, rebirth is happening or you need help and support with it, go here. With Saturn, if you're struggling with the all of it, everything I just said, the boundaries, if you're struggling with like keeping the blinders on and going, okay, I have to like become one with, it's like the student teacher dynamic. If you're the student that's always like, I don't want to do what the teacher asked me to do, like get it here. Okay. So you can grab that on my website. And then what was one other thing I was going to mention? Oh, I was going to go through the chakras real quick, because I'm not even going to choose a chakra oil this month, because the reason is this month is all about what is stuck, and it's about moving through whatever is stuck. So the chakra oil, the chakra blend that I would recommend is going to be based on your individual needs. If you struggle with rootedness, with safety, security, finances, feeling like you're, anchored to the ground, root chakra. If you struggle with passion, desire, play, dance, creativity, sacral. If you struggle with will, determination, boundaries, solar plexus. If you struggle with the why of like, why am I here? What am I doing here? All of that, heart chakra. If you struggle with expressing your creativity, expressing yourself, whatever, go for the throat. If you struggle with visioning, with, trusting your own intuition or visioning your future or any of that, third eye. If you struggle with a connection to the divine and feeling like you're part of something greater, then you want to go crown. And if you struggle with, the moon chakra, it sits 8 inches above your head. Some people say it sits at the cowlick. It's called the moon or Bindu chakra, the 8th chakra. And it is the one that it always gets left out. It doesn't get left out in my series because I think it's like one of the most important ones. But it's when the Kundalini rises and then it hits there and then it spills back and goes down. So it's all about rest and digest. It's all about, like, women need it so much because it's that feeling of like, I run the tank all the way to empty before I fill it back up again. So it's that like, oh, it's okay. And it comes in a spray instead of a roller. And, it's that, I need to take a bath and chill. And I need permission to calm down and rest. So that's a little bit, about the chakras, but also just what might help you this month. So again, if you want to engage more with my work, if you are desperate for community and you want to connect with other women, most of the people that are in the Wild Sisterhood are entrepreneurs, they're empaths, they're creatives, they're intuitives, they're introverts, but they're still showing up and doing it. It's $33 a month. It includes a private online community, so you get to meet everybody and share. All the links for all of the events are right there. Makes it super easy. New and full moon ceremonies. We do a women's circle live every month, and we do an intuitive collage live every month. And they're all recorded, so you can get them if you can't make it live. But it's really about beating the drum of regularity and consistency. And as my drum teacher said, repetition is rhythm. And that is what we're doing, is the consistency, the rhythm, the showing up. And it's really about showing up for yourself. But it's also about a willingness to be seen if you struggle with that. So anyways, would love to have you, and have a wonderful month. I think that should do it. And look for I've got all kinds of new offerings coming, classes for entrepreneurs. I'm looking at doing an apprenticeship for people who want to be healers, but they don't have their craft honed yet, to figure that whole thing out. And some other little offerings along the way. So just stay tuned, get on my newsletter, and subscribe, like all the things, and stay in touch, because it's really getting to the point in this kind of energy that you have to deeply commit to, I like that teacher, or I like that friend, or I like that whatever, and I want to deeply and more intimately invest in that thing. That's the way you're investing for yourself, and you're voting for the future planet that you want to see, and letting go of all the extra bullshit that you don't want to see in the world. And that starts with you first. So anyways, all right, blessings, namaste, love you so much. And reach out, comment, questions, anything. I'm always here to help. All right, take care.